and southpaws are unboxing. But yeah, like I wanted to just get your thoughts on that because I wanted to follow up with the question like, what makes a fighter, differentiated between a built-up fighter versus a developed fighter, and do you believe like like when it comes to matchups in boxing, are people not being objective enough talking about certain matchups that are actually really good versus matchups that we already know where if the guy's just gonna blow out the other dude, then it's just not worth, going to, put your money down for that fighter or, to even see the fight in person. But I wanted to get your viewpoint like for any fighter that's coming into boxing, is it best to develop yourself where you're putting yourself in there with tougher opposition, or like basically to build yourself up where you're not fighting with the best competition, but you're just advertising like your name so people can just be hyped like I'm hyped up behind like your name?
I think it's a bit of both. I think, with the amateur system, that's where you should get most of your background from as far as fighting. Like, I think you should get most of your background from that and learning certain things with that. But when you do decide to make that decision to go pro, I also think that you should be able to move up in a way that you still testing yourself, but and also not over test yourself until you ready, until you of that elite level, that elite status, and then it's time for anybody to step in the ring with you. But I think as you come up, you should definitely be testing yourself so that you can get better as a fighter.
Yeah. 'Cause I I don't know, like I'm just cut from the wrestling, background where like, in wrestling like you automatically get matched up tough with really, really like, like I would say like formidable opposition, depending on, the opponent. But I guess as far as like what you're saying, like, nobody doesn't want to see somebody just get sacrificed and get beat up badly. Um, like I am a believer of you are who you fight your competition,
Mm-hmm.
but if you're building yourself up correctly, where you're developing with all the best talent, formidably, then I
Mm-hmm.
think then I think that's where credibility from people that analyze your resume to say, okay, this is how you're supposed to do it,
Right.
versus like guys that you shouldn't be in there with, and you're just blasting everybody out, and then you're like at like what 30 plus and 0, with like no,
None
notable names yet.
incredible. Right, right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
You look at my box rec, I think I'm like number 7 or number 8 in the US, and then I'm ranked like number 30 something in the world or something like that.
yeah,
I'm only 8 fights in, but you look at everybody else, they 20-2 or they 20-0, 16-0
yeah.
in the same, or some of them even behind me. You know what I'm saying? I think yeah, that I just totally agree with you. I think I'm taking the right steps and I'm moving because I developed myself already. I got a background, I got a resume, I developed myself in the amateur stuff like that. So I'm willing to take these fights that I know I can take, but also I'm not taking nothing that's just easy. Like this last guy I fought, I stopped him in the 8th round, but he made me work. It wasn't like it was just a handed to me.
No, no.
I had to work for that. He was in my chest the whole time. He made me work. I had to get him up off me. So
Yeah, Banquez had like a really like Sean Porter-ish type of, come forward style, just, up in your face, being
up
very
in my
dirty.
face, in my chest, real dirty headbutts and everything. The ref didn't even have to break us up, but I was prepared for that. I was prepared for all of that. I never complained one time about ref. He using his head. He hit me behind my head with rabbit punches. I never complained about anything. He's not. Ref never broke us up. We broke ourselves up and we fought. And so that was a good experience as well for myself.
Yeah, because I just think honestly, like when it comes to like the world title level, everyone gets so hyped off of like, a fighter's performance against opposition that no one's asked them to be in. And then it's like, you know, for people that try to use like the pound for pound status to say that this fighter's certified for beating a guy that no one's heard of. It's like, you know, certain levels matter in boxing, but the matchmaking needs to be fair on all levels because it's like if you're going up against guys like Banquez, where people would say, "Oh, well, Michael's a prospect," but it's like but the prospect term, makes no sense because it's like you're a guy with under 10 fights and you fought a guy that's a, big time veteran. So it's like that's a huge like accomplishment to people that are hardcores, but I think for people that don't understand boxing and they don't care to understand how matchups are to be scaled, they just use that as like a means to say, oh, well, it's okay like when we try to use our logic to say that guys who are not ready to face against the tough competition, like a David Morrell against, anybody at super middleweight, a guy under 10 fights,
Right.
compared to a guy like Vasil Lomachenko, where, we already know that he wasn't supposed to get like a world title at all, but yet, he was given one. And then look at what happened. The WBO broke their own rules to give, Vasil Lomachenko all these like,
Mm-hmm. But his
special.
second fight, right? When he lost to Orlando Salido, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. Orlando Salido, and then he fought Gary Russell for the same belt, in which Salido he actually came in overweight for the belt, and then he got stripped, and then that title vacancy got ordered by the WBO for Lomachenko versus Gary Russell.
He got another chance.
Yeah, to which they broke like their own rules doing
Yeah.
that because you're supposed to fight for that belt, not coming off of like a loss. That
Yeah.
belt is only to be fought for after coming off of like a win.
Yeah, it was given to him.
Yeah. Yeah, but I just wanted to, bring that up because I think boxing has just been watered down, without the belts, and everybody talks about, world like people talk about titles, not mattering for certain fighters, like a Devin Haney, but then it's like people play that, double standard for saying, a belt does matter for a guy like, someone that is, politically protected in the sport, and then they get away with, certain practices in which, sanction bodies and promoters get behind them to give
hmm
them certain, political leniency to get away with, certain, practices.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna, follow up with like a final question. If boxing didn't have championships, and let's just say if boxing was ran by tournaments where you had to go up against all the formidable competition to be certified, could that, create better clarity in the sport to make yourself certified in your division?
I think so, 100%. Yeah, because just like the amateur system, they have a draw. We can't pick who we want to fight, and you might get the draw. The first fight could be a championship fight type fight. It could be the best versus the best, and then you on the other side of the bracket, and then you might not. So if it was like that, I think that with a draw and everybody fight everybody, I think that'll really stop people from ducking each other, and people could really fight and get these fights. But it'll be good for the sport because I think the sport messed up a little bit only because Floyd, he went undefeated and everybody chasing that undefeated record and everybody wants to stay undefeated. And so people watching and moving real strategic on who they fight next. Um,
Yeah, because I was gonna say, there's like certain fighters that come after me, just out of nowhere for like simply wanting tough, like tough matchups, and I'm just sitting here like, dude, like why are you getting mad at fans for simply wanting to see good, difficult matchups? And it's like, if you understand that you're not as good as you say that you are by fighting weak competition, but you got guys out here like yourself that are actually wanting to, beat up on world championship level talent and chase legacy status, then that's where like my argument does come into validity because it's like why do I need to keep spending like my money for something that's not working for having like a championship belt that doesn't fully determine who is really like the best fighter in the world.
yeah, no, I agree. I guess guys not fully, confident and they still, I guess, working their way up. They don't want to take the hard route. They want to, I
Yeah.
mean, they trying to protect that record.
Yeah, because I'd be seeing guys like Keyshawn Davis, do that, and I see just way too many fighters just say, "Oh yeah, man, like I'm ready to take them all," but then it's like, they backtrack and say, "Oh wait, like I'm 7-0 or I'm 8-0 and I can't do this yet," and it's like, dude, just like get out about the sport, man, because it's like, if you're not ready, then somebody needs to either take you out or just, step aside. Like, it's not fair that guys that actually want to be good, like, they can't get their opportunity through the sanction bodies that are screwing them over. And then it's like you got guys out here like I don't know, just like, anybody that shouldn't even be at the top 10, like, that's getting world championship opportunities quickly. And it's like, they're not fighting nobody good to actually, be considered certified.
Nah, yeah, I agree. I know, but yeah, it's a lot of politics. Yeah,
Yeah.
gotta hope to be on the good side of it, like
Yeah. Yeah.
like other guys are, But yeah, that's just what it is, man.
Yeah, because like I want to see you be great. Like I want to see you dominate everybody in multiple divisions. But like I'm just hoping that things go well politically, where there's like no scummy actors trying to hold you down and shit. That's all.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, same. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I think that's about it. Thank you for coming through, and hopefully, we get to see you holding like a world title soon. And I'll be rooting for you, bro.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me on. Thank you for the conversation, man.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Like, if you got any last words before I sign off, go right ahead.
Just want to say thank you both of you guys, man, for having me on. Thank you that I'm for letting me talk to y'all and share and y'all sharing me and just thank you. That's all I gotta say.
All right, brother. Yep, just keep us updated with your next fight, and I'll do my part to, help promote it, and like I'll try to, keep everything up to date with, any possible news.
Yeah, well, I'll let you guys know and whenever I get a possible date. Should hear something some news within a week or so.
Okay, perfect. I appreciate you for coming on.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right, peace out, brother.
Peace.
Yep. All right, y'all. Thank you for coming by. Shout out to Michael Angeletti. He is definitely the future of boxing. And yeah, hopefully we get to see Michael in there with all the top names. I do believe Michael, he is ready. And yeah, PBC, y'all know what to do. We believe that the champ is ready to take everybody on, and hopefully we get to see Michael conquer 118 and above. Um, I do believe that the division is really really good right now. There's a lot of deadly names at 118. You guys probably already know some of the names. You got Carlos Carvalho. You have guys like Victor Santillan. You have guys like Antonio Vargas, which he's pretty decent. You also have guys like who else in the division? You have Victor Astrolabio, Jason Maloney, who's the champion right now. You have guys like Takuma Inoue, that's Naoya Inoue's brother. Yeah, like I think he's not really going to be making it that far. Oh, and actually, he is actually the current WBA world champion. So we have a WBA world champion in Naoya Inoue's brother. That is very, very crazy. So, yeah, he actually had a decision victory over a 41-year-old Laborio Solis. That's very interesting. I'm very shocked that he actually had a title shot right away. I should have probably asked Michael about that because that's probably, a good targeting, method to go after Inoue's brother. But yeah, Manny's gonna fight for the IBF title. I know that for a fact, and that's gonna be interesting to see who's gonna be Manny's opponent. I'm probably thinking that's gonna be somebody within the division. But furthermore, Victor Santillan, he's actually going up against Shio Ishida. That's very interesting. because